6.7 is our public input. With public input, we will take any statement that citizen puts a request in for. Just know that anything that's stated in this format or this session or this item on the agenda, the board will not be giving any sort of insight to it because it's not on the agenda, and we have to do the public notice of it in case we take something up during this item. So just know we're not trying to ignore your concern. We'll more than likely connect you either with your supervisor or with one of the staff or directors that can help you with what you're discussing or talking about. So first and foremost, I know that I have, and you also have 3 minutes to say what you would like to talk about. And so first I have Haji Wharf. If you'd like to come up and express your public input.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Haji Wharf from Upper Lake, and I come before you with a matter of urgency, and I'm sorry to address something serious on a day of celebration. I apologize. I ask for your attention to be directed on the bird flu, also referred to as highly pathogenic avian influenza, or H5N1, and putting in place safeguards for our community. Yesterday, the CDC announced the first death from bird flu in the U.S. Last month, the gentleman in Louisiana had handled sick and dying chickens in his flock and contracted the virus. He succumbed after languishing in the ICU ward on a ventilator. I come with hopes the county has a plan in place for when, not if, the bird flu is detected in Lake County. I say when because Clear Lake is a magnet for migratory waterfowl, which are major carriers of the bird flu. I feel it's just a matter of time before the virus shows itself. I have a few suggestions and hope the county already has these measures under review. Number 1, set up a hotline for reporting dead birds or waterfowl or any displaying symptoms, such as swimming in circles while throwing their heads. Neurologic symptoms are the first signs of bird flu. Number 2, put in place a task force charged with raising public awareness about the bird flu and cautioning the public to stay away from sick, dead, or dying birds. Number 3, designate staff who will be responsible for retrieving these birds and provide the budget for proper training and appropriate PPE, such as disposable hazmat suits, full face masks, gloves, disinfectant, and also nets for scooping dead birds out of the lake. Safely handling virus-infected birds is critical, as even the bird droppings in the area of an infected bird contain the virus. Number 4, dedicate an incinerator site for disposal of carcasses. Burying birds suspected of having bird flu is not a good idea, as the virus lives in the soil for weeks. I'm sure there are many other actions that could be taken to protect our community from the bird flu, but I feel these measures would be a good start. I feel strongly the county must have a plan in place for coping with the bird flu instead of just winging it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Haji. All right, is there anyone else in the chambers that has a comment? I noticed that there was a letter from somebody Okay, Betsy, did you want to comment on this? I know you're on Zoom.
Yes, thank you so much. This is Betsy Kahn for the Essential Public Information Center and as one of KPFZ's longtime public affairs journalists. I want to thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the board, and welcome our new supervisors and sheriff. I'm speaking today on behalf of a multitude of residents, stakeholders, community activists, reporters, volunteers, and professional staff at all agencies who are active participants in our local governance. My letter to you, which is included in the online agenda package for the members of the public who might want to read it, reflects the garnered wisdom of your committees and community organizations working together with our valued public servants. My recommendations support the vision of the future that was created in 2018, just as we were coming out of 3 years of catastrophic disasters. That vision now informs the development of our next 20-year general plan. We fully support the goals and principles established 7 years ago in Vision 2028. Supervisor Pyska was instrumental in strengthening those aspirations, and we hope to continue the achievement of mutual successes and effective resource management together. Thank you so much for your time. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Betsy. Is there anyone else online? All right. If you would turn your mic on and please state your name for the record.
Hello, my name is Julia Bono.
Okay. You have 3 minutes.
I have sent an email to the Lake County Board, CCing the Lake County Board of Supervisors and the new elects, and I would like to read it now before the board.
All right.
Okay, it contains a formal complaint and request for review of the Middletown Area Town Hall election nomination procedures and board member representation. Dear Board of the Mass Municipal Advisory Council and interested parties, I hope this message finds you well. I am writing to bring to your attention and formally complain about 2 serious issues regarding the Middletown Area Town Hall, or MATH, and its board election procedures that I believe justify a formal and urgent review due to the close proximity of the upcoming MATH board elections on January 9th. Firstly, during the most recent MATH meeting on December 12, 2024, a misrepresentation occurred with significant implications for the fairness of the upcoming board member election. The chair, Monica Rosenthal, initially announced that nominations were closed, as shown on the official PEG TV YouTube video at around the 1 hour and 40-minute mark. However, approximately 20 minutes later, the chair falsely claimed that nominations were still open, and an additional nomination was accepted before the chair again closed nominations. This sequence of events has raised concerns about the transparency and fairness of the election process. When I quickly brought this issue to the Math Council's attention as a point of order, the chair failed to take corrective action by declining the new nomination and honoring her initial closure of nominations. Since the Math Council operates under the Brown Act, it is imperative that we maintain transparency, honesty, and integrity in all our procedures to ensure public trust. To uphold these standards, I propose that the procedures followed and the misrepresentations made to the attending public by the chair be reviewed, and that corrective and disciplinary action be taken to ensure fairness and integrity in the election process. Secondly, it was noted at the last meeting that the 2 board member seats for the Middletown proper region are being vacated and are up for election. However, a document entitled Math 2025 Election Process Overview, which I was told by the Math Secretary Ken Gonzalez was prepared by Chair Monica Rosenthal, was circulated to the Math email audience on January 3rd. This document indicates that only 1 seat for the Middletown proper region will be available for election, with the other open seat allocated to the at-large region. This change violates Section 2 of the Math bylaws, which require 2 Middletown proper representatives to sit on the Math board at all times. If allowed to proceed, this incorrect election process would leave the Middletown proper region seriously underrepresented at a crucial time in our small town's history that requires strong and outspoken representation. The Brown Act requires that the Math board maintain fair and equitable representation for all regions, included in the Middletown area, which is centered on the Middletown proper region, to ensure public trust and effective governance.
If you could wrap up your
uphold these
comments.
standards,
We're at
I
3 minutes.
propose that the erroneous allocation of board member seats mentioned in the election process overview document be reviewed and the necessary adjustments made to ensure that the Middletown proper region is adequately represented by 2 board members
All right,
as the Math
ma'am, we need
bylaws
to
dictate.
close up now.
I have one more paragraph. May I read it?
No, we have to stop. Thank you very much. And if you'd like to submit that, I know you've submitted it via email. We'll go ahead and look for that last paragraph in that email. Thank you very much.
Okay, and can I get the board's assurance that it will take action on this letter?
We can't give you that. It's public input, so we can't really talk about that. So any longer, it's not on the agenda. So thank you for your comments.
How should I expect to receive a response?
Look for your emails, ma'am. Thank you. So we'll go ahead and see if there's any other public input. Not seeing anyone in the chambers. All right. We'll go on to the next item.